Well, isn't that a different question?
CCP does not do that. They just leave everything. Players just do whatever they want.
I don't think we're going to be fully laissez-faire. I think we are going to direct and we're going to direct parts of the the UEE and the law enforcement parts of it to be intelligent the way they would behave and respond. So I don't know if that's interfering or not, but I mean, we're not going to actively like single out people, but like I said, if there's a lot of piracy happening in one area, then that's probably an area that the game itself will start to police more.
All right, now a lot of
I
people
have
want.
one.
Oh, please.
Will there be an API for devs? He's a PHP dev and really wants to integrate game data into his Wings website.
That's too early to say. I'm not against it, but no, we're going to redesign the website anyway, and the web setup. So we'll probably won't be against giving people data. I mean, obviously, we won't let them write to the database or anything, but it's too early right now to say.
What happens after a new system is discovered? What sort of build out will happen with the infrastructure?
Well, there's two things. One, there's discovering a jump point that goes to an existing system that people didn't have before, which obviously that's a system that everyone has. And then there'll be a jump point going to a new system that is either an empty system or has some indigenous species, or potentially could be a part of the Zhan Empire, the Banu area, or the Vandal space that we haven't been before, which may already have infrastructure. And then if there is a place that's a completely virgin planet, then that will be sort of a slow process of during our game time we would probably have events where missions would take you that to fly in raw materials, to people to be mercenaries to defend these areas, and slowly would, like, for instance, maybe a planetary base gets built in game time. So the system would, I guess, slowly get built out if it's a completely virgin system.
Okay, and you have human passengers in the constellation that exceeds the 4-crew limit.
That is a good question. I mean, theoretically, yes, you could have. I'm not so sure whether how we're going to do fully limiting, because I'm fully aware that everyone always tries to break multiplayer stuff when they have it. So the first thing everyone will do is try and fly their constellations next to each other and have a big party in one of them, and then see if they can fly off. It's hard to say. I mean, essentially, there's going to be a difference between ships that are flying around that are player controlled, and then also player instances. So we can handle maybe there can be more player instances on one ship than there would be individual ship instances. But I don't really have a great answer for that, because that sort of comes down to the final implementation of the multiplayer. But theoretically, you could have more, but we may have to enforce it to only 4 people being on the ship at one time, or only 4 people being on the ship if it's autopiloting somewhere or going through a jump gate. So in the dogfighter area, in its own area, it may be fine with having more than 4 people, but going to any other area, it may be you may not be able to engage autopilot until you only have 4 people on. But it's not finalized yet.
All right. Questions about citizenship. What does it mean? Can you lose citizenship? What are the benefits, and why would you not want to be a citizen?
Well, I mean, citizenship is essentially allows you a better level of protection inside the empire, especially in the more sort of policed areas. So citizens are going to get a higher degree of response from the local law enforcement and some preferential treatment. in various areas. You earn citizenship by your military service or by flying and doing missions that increase your sort of civic points. Or also you could probably just buy it if you made a lot of money as a trader. But then if you don't want to be, if you're a pirate, you're probably not that interested in being a citizen. And in some areas of the galaxy, I think citizenship would be sort of frowned on. So we'll have to see. But those are kind of the ways that I'm seeing it.
Can you elaborate on the tanker and fuel in the game?
So the concept with the tanker and fuel is that we want to have a level of fuel so we can affect. So there's a certain sort of strategic element. It will help balance various ships. So some will have more fuel and can outrun, and some will have less and be sort of more focused on short range. But the idea of the tanker, or the idea of sort of fuel for ships, is that even if you have like an antimatter drive, you've got to expel matter to propel yourself forward. And so the most common form of that is hydrogen, which you can scoop up from gas giants or other areas, and then how much hydrogen or another similar material you hold will help you. Is basically your sort of the fuel you need to go around.
Yeah, I think it's
Sorry, people are talking over here.
Let's see.
People don't know about this link, is what I'm saying.
Well, I think something. No, I know. But
Slides down.
well, yeah. I wanted. What's happening?
You can speak the link, and I could be that.
I think people have been sharing stuff there.
So only 250 people can get on the chat roll, right?
Yeah, they've actually set up an IRC that's separate from this.
That's what they're saying. IRC
yeah.
client seeing Nibbit or Light Kirk.
They're taking questions from the IRC to pass to Chris in the live chat right
I
now.
see.
So you've already said we can upgrade our pledge after the campaign ends. How will this work with physical items?
Ask me the question again.
You've already said you can upgrade your pledge after the campaign ends. How will this work with physical items?
How will this work in terms of upgrading to physical items, or?
I guess maybe they're wondering about like their citizen card. If they upgrade months from now, can they get a new one maybe?
Well, I mean, we're not. So in terms of you getting the game, you're not going to be getting the package with all the stuff until the end of it. So any upgrades you do on your package will happen when you get there. I mean, everyone should be able to do add-ons and upgrades just like they can now from any of the base package going forward. If you come in at the beginning, if you come in during the campaign time, you'll be able to upgrade at the current prices, and you'll be able to do add-ons both digitally and physically. So anything you see now, you should be able, other than the limited items, things that we did today and yesterday, everything else will be available.
100,000 requests per minute to get onto the site.
Hold on just a moment.
Well, that's because everyone's hitting F5.
Shall I turn off this denial of service robot I've got running on my laptop? Just kind of hits the website over and over again. Just increase it.
It does.
Guys, we're working on the site. We hope to have it up soon.
I mean, is it 100,000 requests per minute? Is that just everyone refreshing, or is that like a denial of service attack?
That's 100.
Did you read Wayne's email?
Yeah, I'm looking at the email. That's what I'm asking. It says, so it's a lot. That's a lot of.
That's a lot of people.
He says he's not sure it's an attack yet. In the email. That's the email I asked you to read it.
Well, I mean, we don't have 100,000 people, so how could there be 100,000 per minute unless it's like 50,000 people hitting refresh a bunch of times?
Let's see if we made the news somewhere big.
I mean, this is crazy. I mean, people want it back and they can't get on and do it. So.
Just show me a card.
Does it set us on that? Or are you just saying that?
No,
You don't know what it is?
Yeah.
Well, Kickstarter's going up all that stuff, so.
What's that?
Kickstarter works and it's going up.
Yeah, but not as much.
Well, maybe it'll catch up. It's not time for the hours, I say.
No, and yeah, I thought was doing kind of problems where I was doing construction.
We'll be back with you guys in just a moment. We're looking at some site stuff right now.
It might be better to tell people to not try to visit the site right now. And then the site heat would relax and get it back running, and then tell them to go look at it. At which point would
Yeah, maybe it just
Yeah,
goes
I agree.
like.
Well, I think we've only got a small number of people watching our live stream, and then you got a small number of people on Kickstarter, and you got people all over the world trying to like log onto the site.
And I've got people emailing me going, I'm about to get on a plane in Singapore, I want to pledge over $1,000 and I can't. It was only like, there's not long left in the campaign. I've even got people emailing me on Facebook now.
Yeah, I don't know.